Collective, welcome back. Divine Essence Tarot. So tonight we're gonna focus on each element, at a time. So tonight we're gonna do air signs. All right, so for all of my Libra, Gemini, Aquarius people, followers, subscribers, this is for you. We're just gonna take a look at what the month of May looks like for you. Let's take a look at what you have going on in the month of May 2025 for my air signs. Let's take a look. One more shuffle. I feel like I need one more shuffle. That wasn't good enough. All right. So for all my Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, what do you have coming in just in general? That means love life, finances, personal life, whatever. Okay. What do my air signs have coming in, Spirit? What do they have coming in? Thank you, Spirit. 3 of Pentacles. Okay, this is the 3 of Pentacles. Can you guys see this? Hopefully it's not too blurry. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit, about the 3 of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Some of you could have fire in your chart. You could have Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. But it looks like to me that with the Page of Wands, you could be going back to school. You could be planning to further your education in some type of way or sharpen up your skills. Wands are all about passion, drive, and I would say the month of May is going to be pretty exciting for you. There's really a fiery push that I feel coming in for next month. And things that you have been thinking about doing, you're going to do them. And you're going to have fun doing them. You see how she's tossing that wand up in the air? You're going to take a chance on something that you may have been thinking about for a long time. And now's the time for you to go ahead and make that move. Pages are the youngest in the tarot. And so this is something new. I feel this is a new venture that you could be trying to start a new business in the month of May, or something that you haven't done before. This is a fresh, new energy. And you're excited about it, and you're ready to do it. You could be working with others when it comes to this. You could be in cooperation with some friends, or in connection with, people who you're going to partner up with to do this, whatever this is. And if not, I just see you willing to do your part when it comes to making this happen, whatever this may be. Okay? 3 of Pentacles is all about working together to get the job done. You see how these characters are all working on this. Looks like a tapestry, a wall hanging, and they all are doing something different to make this thing come together. So you may be partnering up, like I said, or you could be meeting with friends that you haven't seen in a long time as well. I just got that. That could be a scenario as well. Because we all get busy with our lives, right? But you may be just linking up with some friends, some family that you haven't seen in a while in the month of May, and getting together and working together. That's nice. I like that. I like that. What about, Spirit, what about the energy when it comes to love? Ooh. It's always love, right, on the brain. What about for my collective air signs do we need to know about their love life in the month of May? What do we need to know? Ace of Wands. This is the Ace of Wands. And we have, tell me more, Spirit, about the Ace of Wands. Oh, this is the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So I'm going to show you in the upright so you can see. You could be dealing with someone or hearing from someone who is a earth sign, which is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But it looks like to me, let me get a little more information, guys. Tell me more about this Knight of Pentacles. They came reversed. Tell me more. Justice. Okay. So this is definitely somebody that you were once in connection with. This person could have Earth in their chart. Okay. But it looks like something that happened between you guys separated you. And now this is the Justice card. Okay. One of you could be a Libra, but justice was served when it comes to the past connection that you had with this individual. Justice was served in your opinion, in your eyes. You see how this character is looking in the mirror and they're looking at their own reflection, but it's upside down. You see that? So this person, I feel, this Knight of Pentacles, which could be a female or a male, you guys were in connection, and we're going to find out what happened. Whatever happened brought about some type of justice. The scales were balanced out. Okay. And now they want to come back in for a new beginning, because that's what aces are all about. See, this was the first card, the Ace of Wands. Why do they want to come back? Because you see how this individual, their head is lit up. There's like a flame inside their head. They haven't forgotten about you. They haven't forgotten about the passion that you guys shared. I feel like also something about you, collective, lit this person up and sparked this person's intellect. You see how it looks like the flame is their third eye. So something about you elevated them and they never forgot about it. Because I just heard everybody else that they dealt with didn't challenge them intellectually. So they didn't, push them. They were kind of like more laid back. And you, I feel, came in and you sparked this person. You made them look at themselves. Maybe that was the justice that you forced this person to look at themselves. You see they're looking at their reflection on this Justice card. And you forced this person to see who they really are. And no one has ever really come in and done that. And because of that, they never forgot about you. And they still have this love for you, this yearning, I just heard, for you. Yeah, there's even little tea lights. I don't know if you can see, there's tea lights strung all up at the top. Looks like this person has been crying though. So I feel like they have been missing you, and whatever they did, they're remorseful for it. They feel bad. They may have cried real tears over this, honestly, but they want a new beginning. And that's who you're going to hear from in the month of May. Somebody who, you had to balance the score with. Somebody who you forced to look at themselves. And so I want to see, though, what this person did to you. Am I too nosy? Hopefully not. But that's why I'm here, to dig a little deeper. What did this person do to my collective, Spirit? What did they do? 9 of Pentacles. I'll show you. 9 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, this card came reversed, the 9 of Pentacles. Tell me more about the 9 of Pentacles, on what they did. 9 of Swords. Is this the 9 of Swords? No, 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. This came reversed. Okay. Well, that 9 of Pentacles, I have to say, is like a whole nother person. I feel. Give me a minute, guys. They forced you to walk away. You were in it. You were willing to fight for this relationship. That's what the Nine of Wands is all about. Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. You see how there's like a fence. Looks like a fence here, a jagged fence. Her clothes are all ripped up. And she's carrying this one wand that's lit up, right? You had a passion for this person too. You loved them and you wanted things to work out with them. However, there were too many. These are all obstacles. All of these obstacles, you know, with this person. And I feel that this person actually built this fence to keep you out. So this person pushed you away and they forced you, because it came reversed. They forced you to walk away from them because they were dealing with somebody else. Somebody who was the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Someone who, and I can see that because this person came in as the Knight of Pentacles, right? Reversed. This is somebody who wasn't doing too well money-wise. They didn't have much to offer when it comes to the coins. Okay? However, yeah, they chose to deal with someone who was just like them, very low vibrational. Also somebody who maybe wasn't working or didn't have a steady income, and somebody who was struggling just like them. And so I feel like you found out about that and it forced you to walk away from them, because it was like, it wasn't just the fact that they cheated on you, but it was also, there was so many. See how there's more than one? There's 9. There's 9 wands here, right? So it wasn't just the fact that this person was dealing with somebody else. It was, okay, maybe you guys argued, for example. Maybe they were a liar. Maybe there was, you know, there was just something. Maybe they didn't have time for you, just for example. But there were many different obstacles with this person, and it forced you to walk away. Okay. All right. How will my collective's money look like in the month of May? How will my collective's money look like in the month of May? What will it look like? The Judgment reversed. This is the Judgment card here. This came reversed. Okay, tell me more, Spirit. 4 of Pentacles, which came reversed. This is the 4 of Pentacles. So I feel that you, in the month of May, you will not have to, you see how she's clutching onto that purse? You won't have to hold on tight to your money because you'll be raking it in. The month of May looks very abundant for you when it comes to your money, your finances, being able to save and splurge and maybe take trips and do the things that you want to do. You won't have to clutch so tight to that bag. This came reversed, okay? And that's what I'm seeing. What's the advice for my collective in the month of May? For my collective air signs? King of Cups, which came reversed. King of Cups came reversed. And tell me more. 9 of Swords. So I feel like, let me just take a look. And 9 of Swords is definitely air energy. What I'm getting that they want you to know is, I feel like you're somebody who is a giver. You're very much, the King of Cups is someone who cares, nurtures, who gives and gives and gives. And almost to the point where they don't even see or pay attention to the fact that, hey, wait a minute, I'm giving, I'm putting out, but I'm not receiving. And it winds up making you feel resentful. It winds up putting you in this headspace here, the 9 of Swords, which is depression. You feel like, you know, when you don't get back that energy that you put out to others, collective, you wind up resenting yourself even. And I feel like Spirit wants you to know that you need to change that about yourself. Only give to those who deserve your energy and your time and your love. Cups are all about emotions, feelings, right? It's a warning. It's a warning for you in the month of May to not put your heart out there too soon. Don't put it out there for the wrong energies. And make sure that if you're going to put your love and your heart and all of that beautiful energy that you have, that light, that if you do give that, make sure that you're receiving it. And if you're not, pull your energy back, because if not, you will stay in this type of energy here with this Nine of Swords. Hurt, you know, anxious, lonely. Okay, this is the Nine of Swords. Stuck in your head, trying to figure out, how did I get here? Why am I alone? Why am I not getting the same love? I showed that person love and affection, and I was there for that person. I was supportive. But now that I need support, where are they? So to save yourself from this, Spirit wants you to remember to keep that love that you want so much to give to others. Give it to yourself as well. Don't forget to pour into you. That's what they just said. And when I say they, I mean Spirit and my guides. They said pour into yourself first before you pour into anyone else. So that way you'll be strong enough to be able to pull that back when you need to. Okay? Because sometimes people will drain you if you let them. You know, I mean, it's unfortunate, but we're dealing with the real world here. You know? All right, now let's take a look at what we don't see coming. What we don't see coming here on the bottom of the deck is this came reversed, but I'm going to show you in the uprights, the Two of Wands. Okay. This came reversed though. It may be a point. I see that you want to travel. There's things that you want to do. There's places you want to be. There's a big wide world out there and you want to go and see it. You see how she has this globe and looks like a map down here. You have plans. You have plans to do things and be outside. Okay, the weather's getting warmer. In the month of May, you're going to be thinking about that. But this came reversed. So what we don't see coming is that there may be some type of delay when it comes to your plans. And that's okay. Delays are really protection. Just always remember that, collective. Okay, air signs, when you are delayed and you are held back from something, that's actually a blessing, because that just means that it's not time yet. Your time will come, but it's just not yet. Also, you could be being protected, because if you would have took that trip, who knows, you could have gotten an accident, or, you know, vice versa. You know, there's so many different scenarios, but when you have delays in your life, don't always look at it as bad. I used to do the same thing and think, oh my God, I had plans. But God has other plans. And not only does God have other plans, but you could be, for example, walking out the door in the morning, right? You get to the door, and this has happened to me before, and I know it's probably happened to you guys, and you forgot something upstairs. You forgot something in your house. So now you got to go back, and you might be a little pissed at that. Oh no, I'm going to be late. But being late might have just saved you from being in an accident. Being late could have just saved you from something that could have went really wrong, right? So because you spent a couple more minutes, or whatever the amount of time is, waiting, having to wait or having to be on hold, it actually helped you in the long run. So just always remember that. Remember that those delays are actually blessings in disguise, okay? Now, I want to take a look and pull what your current energy is just right now. The whole different deck. Okay, air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Where are you guys at right now in your energy? We took a look at the month of May. Now let's see where you are right this current moment. With a totally different deck. Okay, let's take a look. We shuffled real good. Here we go. Collective. Let's see where you are. Spirit, where's my collective air signs? Where are they at right now in their energy? For the remainder of the month of April. The Chariot reversed. You could be feeling stuck right now. This is the Chariot. Okay, I'll show it to you. This came reversed, so it just means that right now in the current energy, you could feel, we just talked about delays, right? The Chariot is reversed. That's how it came out. So that literally is delay. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. That you are not moving in some area in your life. You could have had plans. You see how this person knows where they're going. They are ready to take off. Their horses are out of there, right? And they're feeling free. They're ready to go. They have a destination. And they're not, the Chariot doesn't let anything stop them. However, this came reversed. So you're going to have some type of delay, if not already, within the remainder of the month of April. Okay? Something that you wanted to do, some type of plan that you had, somewhere you wanted to be, or something that you had plans on being involved in, whatever it may be, whatever plan that was, it's being delayed. Okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. That's what I see. For the remainder of the month of April, you may be delayed, collective, with the things that you had lined up for yourself. Maybe you have plans to save some money. Maybe you have plans to take a trip. Whatever it may be, it's going to be a pause. There's going to be a pause on that. Okay? Let's take a look. I just wanted to see that, but I do want to take a look at the oracles. Okay, let's take a look at the oracle card. Let's see what we have, because the oracles give a little background info too. The more the merrier, right? So let's see what we have for my collective air signs: Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. What can you tell me, Spirit? What can you tell me about my collectives right now? Unfinished business. Look at this. Look at this. Now, remember what we talked about earlier with the tarot in the beginning. Somebody's feeling unfinished business. Okay. It says proposal, forgiveness, reconciliation. Whoever that person is in the past. Okay. Remember, they came out as the Knight of Pentacles reversed. They feel unfinished business. They feel like they still have a connection to you. You guys are still tied. You still have things to talk about. There's still a chance that you guys can work this out. That's how they feel. They're going to come in with a proposal, meaning they're going to come in and offer you something. Okay? But remember who this is. This is somebody who, you know, first of all, they did you dirty. Okay? They forced you to leave them. And they're not doing well with their finances. And it looks like they have on all this all black, and you see, it looks like they're going to a funeral, right? They have been grieving your absence from them. Okay. It was like a death. When you left them, that's what it was. It was like a death for them. And I just pictured in my mind the, what is that? The Five of Cups? Yeah, Five of Cups in tarot, where it's that character, he has on all black, like an all black cloak, and his back is turned, right? And he has those 3 cups knocked over, 2 cups still standing. And that is like, they're feeling so much regret. I'm getting so much regret off of this energy here. They feel remorseful. They know that they didn't treat you fairly. They didn't treat you right. They've been getting karma for this. Remember, the Justice card had came out earlier for you guys, and what happened with you and that past person. They have been getting karma for what they did. And they are going to come in some way ask for your forgiveness. But the problem too that I'm seeing more, you see on both sides of this person, there's like shadows, right? This is somebody who hides. They hide who they really are and how they feel. They could have wore a mask when you guys were together, you know, and they feel more comfortable hiding themselves instead of being genuine and being real. And that was part of the issue too that you had with them. I feel like you figured this person out. You know exactly who you're dealing with, collective. But this person is still hiding. You know, they're still not being honest and open and transparent. So that's going to be a problem. They are coming in because they feel like it's not over. It's not done. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more about my collective air signs. Look, this person's unemployed. Oh my God. I'm not laughing at them. I'm not. Because that's not nice. But I'm just laughing because we literally pulled this with the tarot. Remember? We pulled this, that this person, what did I tell you guys? I said they were not doing well in their finances. They were barely hanging on, you know, when it comes to their money. They didn't have much to offer. This person right now is broke, honey. This person says fired, broke, living beyond their means. It looks like this man is sitting on the street, you know, on the steps somewhere, homeless. So they could be homeless, and if they're not homeless, they feel homeless spiritually. Okay, so they are in like a lack. They're lacking when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to finances. They don't have anything to offer you, but they want to come back. They want to come back. They want to come back, okay, and make some kind of offer, but yet they have absolutely nothing to really give. They're unemployed. They're just not doing well. They're not. This person looks like he just came out of jail. If you look at his clothing, this person that you were dealing with could have been somebody who went in and out of jail. It's not going to be true for everybody, but for someone out there, this could be someone who is like, you know, a jailbird. They come in and out. They can't stay home. Okay. But you could be older than them, or they could be older than you. But I see that this person they're not doing well. So instead of worrying about a relationship, maybe they need to focus on their self. My goodness. Tell me more, Spirit. Self-love. Look. What did I tell you? What was the last card that I pulled for you before? I told you, the Spirit told you to do what? Your advice was what? To give the love that you are always so freely giving to others, give it to yourself. This says loving you, taking back control, finally being happy. And I feel like this is where you are currently. And if you're not, this is where you're about to be. Because I feel like you took that darkness. You see this sign here, it says love yourself, but it's all on a blackboard here. You took the darkness and the pain from this past connection, and you literally grew roses out of that. You turned the pain into power, you know, and you began to really, not only did you learn about this person, but you learned about yourself and what you don't want to deal with and what you deserve and what you don't deserve. And now you're giving flowers to yourself. And if you're not right now, collective, you will be. I do see that. Spirit is showing that you will be really caring for yourself, loving on yourself the way that you should have all along. And this is not something that's going to be just fly by night. No, you're going to continue to carry this energy with you because you learned something dealing with this person, something that you will never forget. Okay, so the lesson that you learned from them and from that connection will help you in future connections and just help you overall to stay focused and to, you know, remember what's important, which is really making sure that you pour into yourself first. You can't pour from an empty cup. Always remember that. So you want to love people, you want to care for them, you want to be supportive for them, great. But if you're not doing that for yourself, it could even be in little ways, you know, meditation, exercise, eating right, changing your diet, literally buying yourself flowers to cheer yourself up, to make yourself feel good, doing little things for yourself, keeping yourself up, maintenance, self-maintenance, things like this. This is all self-love, right? Praying, staying connected to the divine in your own ways. This is self-love, and you have learned to be strong in that. And I feel like they ended this reading with advice just to confirm what we already pulled. Okay, to love yourself. All right. Collective, we are going to wrap it up for tonight. Anybody who needs a personal reading, something more detailed, tailored just for you. This is general. This is very general, although it might resonate for some. If it didn't resonate for you, contact me via email. You can also DM me on IG, Instagram, and I am more than happy to help you and to take a look at what you need to see and any questions that you might have. And I love you guys. You know that. And I always love when you guys come in and you spend time with me and you keep me company. And don't forget to like, share, comment, of course, all the lovely things. And if you're not subscribed, do that. What are you waiting for? I have no clue. Okay. But I will see you guys pretty soon. All right. And we're going to move on to earth signs, fire signs, and water signs. So those are the next group of signs that will be coming up. All right. Good night, guys. Later.